So this is the cookbook that today's recipe comes from. Let's have a look inside. So let's go and have a look at the recipe. Okay, so here's today's recipe. This plain cherry cake, or more of a light cherry cake than anything else, as you can see by the ingredients. Now I've converted these all to grams, so they're very easy to understand. We'll get our ingredients together and I will return shortly and we'll start making this beautiful cake. Right, let's get the boring bits out of the way first. Cut a piece of baking paper the size of the bottom of your baking tin. And if you need to, if it's a fairly elderly tin that might not be non-stick, then grease the sides as well. This is a very new tin, so I won't bother. Let's get on and measure some ingredients. Okay, there's our weights and measures converted to grams. So firstly we're going to measure out 225 grams of self-raising flour. We'll put that to one side, and then we'll measure out the sugar to go into our melted butter. Okay, there's our measured out flour, 225 grams. We'll pop that to one side and there we are. There we've got our butter. I've measured it and then I've put it into a Pyrex container and we'll pop it in the microwave and just defrost it until it melts. Right, there's our 115 grams of butter. Sorry, I think that might be sugar. 115 grams of sugar measured out, and that butter is just about melted, so I'm going to whisk 2 eggs now in a cup. Okay, there's our melted butter. Into it let's tip in our sugar and let's stir it through. That butter's quite hot. Well, hot. It's more than warm, so it should melt this quite nicely. But we can't put the egg in until this is cooled. So I'm just going to keep stirring this until it's melted through. And then once it's cooled, we'll add our eggs. In the meantime, we've got this to grate, and we've got our cherries to cut. Right, here's our lemon rind, nicely grated, very finely. I'll tell you what, the aroma of this lemon, did I say lime before? I meant lemon. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. Right, let's chop our cherries and add them to the lemon. Right, we've added our 2 eggs here and our sugar's dissolved. That's ready. Let's deal with these cherries. Right, now if you haven't already, put your oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 370 Fahrenheit. Now we're going to start combining everything together. First in with our flour. I better get a combining instrument. This is my combining instrument for today. Let's add the liquids to the dry ingredients. Alright. Now, if it's too thick, if it doesn't drop from the spoon after we've combined everything, then have some milk on standby to add to it. So, in with cherries and our lemon zest as well. Let's get this all combined. I'm very tempted to put this into a loaf tin because the square tin I've got looks like it might be too big for this. Okay, this is going to need something, isn't it? It's going to need some milk. I'll be back. That was quick, wasn't it? Okay, 2 tablespoons, and I'm using a low fat milk here. Let's gently combine this. I'll come back when it is done. Okay, it's dropping, but sadly it's taking a long time to drop, so we're going to add another 2 tablespoons. Do it this way in small quantities, because if you need more you can add more, but if you put too much in, extraction is very difficult. That's better, that's feeling a lot better. I'm going to put this in a loaf tin, I've decided, and not in my original tin. I just don't think the volume's there. Okay, that's dropping easily now, so we're ready. I will prepare the other tin and then we'll pour it in. Now, if you think this loaf tin is familiar, it is in fact this one's younger brother. They are inseparable. Okay, I'm going to put it in here and then we'll come back. There you go. I think that was a good call on the baking tin sizes. I'm going to put this in. It says an hour, but honestly I'm going to have a look at it after 40 minutes. Right, after 40 minutes this is what our lovely cake looks like. So we'll just free it from the edges here. And then we should be able to flip this over. If it doesn't, if it falls apart, then you won't see this video at all. Wow. Ouch. How am I going to turn that over? Like quickly. Oh. There we are. We'll let that cool and then we better slice it and eat it. Right, it's time for a taste. Looks more like a loaf, doesn't it, than a cake. But beautiful. Right, I'm going to have a taste. That's beautiful. I just want to keep eating this. It's so light and fluffy inside, and the flavours when you sink your teeth into those cherries, absolutely beautiful. Well, look, this couldn't be easier, this to make, so I hope you make it at home, and I will catch you on my next recipe.